Hi guys, it's Mrs. Boyd here. Today we're talking about polynomials. We're going to understand them, what they are, what they mean, and a few more things. So first, a little vocabulary. Monomial. We love Latin here in mathematics, and we have this monomial that is a constant or a variable or, got lots of ors here, the product of constants and variables So what that means is a monomial is a letter like X or Y, or a number like 2 or 3, or numbers and letters multiplied together, 4Z, 7T, things like that. Excuse me. The things that make not a monomial are when there's any X or Y in the denominator, or the exponent is a negative number. So anytime that there's a variable in the denominator or a negative exponent, this is not a monomial. All right. Now, a binomial, by the way, in Latin, mono means one. Binomial, like bicycle, meaning two, is the sum of two unlike monomials. For example, 4x plus 3. 4x is a monomial. 3 is a monomial. And there's a plus sign in the middle. What I don't tell you here is that it can also be a minus. It doesn't have to just be a plus. Now we've got the trinomial, tri meaning 3, like a triangle. This is the sum of 3 unlike monomials. For example, 4x squared plus 6x minus 3 is a trinomial. One little caveat we have to remember here. When we look at the kind of polynomial it is, monomial, binomial, trinomial, we have to remember that this is only after we combine like terms. So if there are terms you can combine in your expression or equation to decrease the number of terms, do that first and then evaluate what kind of polynomial you have. All right, let's, sorry, technical problems here. Let's look at what the degree of a monomial is. So the degree means the sum of, sorry, my cat's on the computer, being completely crazy. Let's fix this. The sum of all the exponents within the term. So we have 4x cubed. 3 is our exponent. There aren't any other exponents here, so the degree is 3. We have 4x cubed y squared. Exponents are these little numbers up on top. So here we have nothing plus 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. Excuse me. So the degree of that term is 5. Last one here, we've got 4 and a 3, nothing on the y, and a 4. Let's talk about the difference between the 4 and the z. 4 is a constant, and y is a variable. Constants always have a degree of 0. Variables, if they have no exponent, have a degree of 1. So this is 0 plus 3 plus 1 plus 4. So that's a degree of 8. So let's look at this next part here. We want to find the degree of a polynomial. That is the greatest degree in the polynomial. Oh, gosh, this cat wants to get my mouse. So let's look at the polynomial we have here. It is 4x cubed y squared plus 5x squared y plus 6x. Let's look at the degree of each term. So this first term, we've got 0 plus 3 plus 2, that's 5. And then 0 plus 2 plus 1 is 3. And then 0 plus 1 is 1. So if we have the values of each term, that means the degree of the entire polynomial is the biggest one, or 5. Pretty straightforward. Let's look at a little table here. We've got an expression. We want to list the type of polynomial it is and the degree. So the first one, 4y minus 5x to the fourth z. Well, there's 1 plus or minus, so that means there are 1, 2 terms. So this is a binomial. Let's look at the degree. The first term here has a degree of 1. And then the second term, if I put a little imaginary 1 on z here, has a degree of 5. So our degree is 5. To do another one, we have 1, 2 plus signs, no minuses. So that means we have 1, 2, 3 terms. And that means we have a trinomial. If it's anything over 3 terms, we just call it a polynomial. So let's look at the degrees of each term. We've got degree of 3, degree of 2, degree of 0. So that means the degree is 3. Negative 6.5. There are no pluses or minuses, so just one term. So this is a monomial. Constants always have a degree of 0. So the degree of this polynomial is 0. Now try this one on your own. We'll check them as we go. All right, so we've got 8a, no pluses or minuses, just one term. So this is a monomial. We need to look at the degree. We've got 1 degree here, so that means our degree is 1. Okay, pause here and try the next one on your own. All right, we've got 6x minus x plus 4. Well, we've got 2 terms with x's in them. We need to combine like terms and simplify this a little bit. So this is going to become 6x minus x is 5x plus 4. Now we can see that we have 1 plus sign, so it's a binomial. 5x has a degree of 1, 4 has a degree of 0. That means the degree of our polynomial is 1. Try the next one. All right, we can't combine any like terms here. We have 1 minus sign and 1, 2 terms. So this is also a binomial. 26b to the fourth has a degree of 4. Negative 7c has a degree of 1, so our degree is 4. Try the next one. All right, we've got x cubed plus 6x plus 8. I can combine some like terms. And I can rewrite this x cubed plus 14x. Got 1 plus sign, so we have a binomial. And a degree of 3 and a degree of 1. So our polynomial's degree is 3. Last one, try it on your own. Can't combine anything here. We've got 1 minus, 1 plus. That makes it a trinomial. Degree of 2, 1, 0. That means our polynomial degree is 2. That's real straightforward. I think that you shouldn't be having any problems. Let's flip your paper over, or for me, flip it over to the side here and see if we can learn a little bit more about polynomials. So we're going to look at what standard form is. Standard form of a polynomial says that we have the degrees of our polynomial are in order from greatest to least. So if we look at this first polynomial here, we've got 4x to the 4th minus 7 plus 5x squared y plus 6x to the 5th. We want to write these in terms of our degree from biggest to smallest. So let's write down what the degrees are first. 4x to the 4th has a degree of 4. Negative 7 has a degree of 0. 5x squared y has a degree of 3. 6x to the 5th has a degree of 5. So now we put these in order, biggest number first. So it'll go 6x to the 5th. So that one's done. Then we have a 4, so plus 4x to the 4th, all done. And then we have a 3 plus 5x squared y, all done. No 2, no 1, and we end with minus 7 in the 0 spot. Pause here, try this next one on your own, really similar. Find the degrees of every term and then put them in order from biggest to smallest. Ready, set, go. All right. So x squared has a degree of 2. 7x has a degree of 1. 3, 5, 0. We can't combine any like terms. Let's put them in order. Oh, with a degree of 5 coming in first, we have 6x to the 5th. That one's done. And then degree of 3 plus 8x cubed. Degree of 2 plus x squared. Degree of 1 minus 7x. Degree of 0 plus 5. So that's standard form. We're just putting stuff in order. Now, the leading coefficient has everything to do with putting stuff in order. The leading coefficient is the coefficient of the first term in standard form. So when you have one variable, your degree is going to be the exponent or some of the exponents. So the degree is the exponent. This leading coefficient is the number in front. So if we look at this first polynomial from above, our leading coefficient is 6. Actually, in both cases, the leading coefficient is 6. I like to abbreviate leading coefficient with LC when I write it because leading coefficient is just too many letters for a mathematician to write all at once. Let's do some practice here. We have an expression. We want to write it in standard form. So first we see what the degrees are. We've got 2, 6, and 1. We write them in order. 3x to the 6th plus 9x squared minus 4x. That's in order. The degree of this is 6, like we saw from here. Leading coefficient is the very first number, so that's 3. I want to give you a strong reminder here. Whenever we rearrange these terms to put them in standard form, don't forget that you have to carry along with the term the sign that goes in front. So this -4, negative stays with 4x everywhere it goes. Pause here, try the next one on your own. Let's see what you can do. All right, let's get our degrees. Got degree 0, 1, 2, 3. So we're just going to flip this one around. 8xy squared, done, plus 6xy, plus 5y, plus 12. That's the standard form. Leading coefficient is the first number in front. That's 8. Try the next one. All right, degrees. We've got 1, 0, 2. So 5y squared minus 4y plus 2, leading coefficient 5. Pause and try it. Okay, degrees 1, 2, 0. Negative 7x squared plus 6x plus 8, leading coefficient, negative 7. Last one, pause and try it. Let's look at the degrees. 3, 5, 0, 1. So we've got x to the 5th plus x to the 3rd minus x plus 3. Leading coefficient, since there is 1, there's an imaginary 1 there, and that's the leading coefficient. All right, one last thought idea here that I want you to understand and master, and then you're on your own. So when I say combine like terms are, I'm going to say it again, like terms have the same base, and base is the big number. So if I look at x to the t power, x is the base. So combining like terms have the same base and the same exponent. And t is the exponent. So base is the big one, t is the little guy. We can only combine like terms that are identical variables. So here I can combine 4x and 6x. That becomes 10x plus 8x squared. We don't have to put these in standard form. I like to for 2 reasons, because it's good practice, especially for when we get into some more exciting stuff later, and it helped me to make sure I don't forget any terms. So here I've got negative 4x minus 6x. So that's negative 10x minus 8x squared. Let's put it in standard form, negative 8x squared minus 10x. I think you can do these. You pause, and then we'll go through them one at a time. So we have 2x squared becomes negative 4x squared plus 6x. Here we have 1x cubed, 6x cubed, and then 2x squares. So that becomes plus 4x squared. I love standard form. We're going to start with the squares. We've got negative 6x squared plus 8. That becomes 2 plus 2x squared. And then 4x plus 4x. There we go. I've got 2x squared again, plus 6 minus 8 becomes minus 2x squared, and then minus 4x. 2x squared again, negative 12x squared this time, minus 6x. 3x squared, and we're left with just one term. 4 plus 6 is 10, minus 8 is 2x squared. Last but not least, I don't have to well, I do have to combine 1x squared here plus 8x squared. Negative 4 minus 6 is negative 10x. Okay, I hope all these notes make sense to you. I'm sorry it's a super long lesson here, but I think it's pretty straightforward, and I know that you can do it. Please let me know if you have any problems, and I look forward to talking to you soon.